Sony and Disney are like that couple that have to fight over everything, and they don't realize their kids are in the car listening, crying their eyes out, not understanding what is going on. Sadly, we are the kids in this scenario, and as we continue to wait for Spider-Man No Way Home to actually drop its first full official trailer, since the first one is officially a teaser trailer, we're just kind of hanging on for life, especially after all of the hype that has been built up around this movie. I mean, I'm already sitting here wondering whether or not this movie is going to break Avengers Endgame's records. That's huge, especially because of COVID that we're dealing with, and less attendance in the movie theaters recently. And Endgame was a 15-year movie. They spent years creating this movie, telling the stories of the characters. But if you really think about it, and it has been said that the Spider-Man No Way Home movie is the endgame of Spider-Man, it is bringing all of the Spider-Men together from years and years of hard work and storytelling. So there is a lot of reason to be excited for this movie. But much like I just mentioned, Sony and Disney can't get their act together to give us a trailer and make us happy. Hey everybody, how's it going? Welcome back to Cosmic Culture, the channel where we talk about all major movie and television news, theories, breakdowns, and much, much more. I am your host, Chris, and we have to talk about Spider-Man No Way Home. Obviously, it's the movie all of you are most excited for. There are very few, if any of them, out there who are sitting here like, yeah, can Spider-Man just get over with so we can move on to something else? And even though Multiverse of Madness, Thor Love and Thunder, even Quantumania sound very exciting, this movie just hits a little bit differently. Now, of course, there has to be a huge snag in the woods, and that is the control of Spider-Man is not 100% owned by Disney. The ownership of this character by Sony is causing these two companies to butt heads on huge decisions for what is turning out to be the biggest movie of all time. And the big problem that's coming from that is these trailer pushbacks. We were getting wild reports recently that Spider-Man No Way Home should expect to drop its full trailer on the 2nd of November. But then, all of a sudden, a few days before the trailer dropped, the tide changed. Now, I don't think that 4, 5, 6, 7 different scoopers who are very accurate about the release of trailers were all wrong. I think the date was moved. And it seems like rumors and reports that we're hearing are that the Disney and Sony groups and representatives don't agree on what should be shown in this trailer. So I'll tell you why this matters, what it has to do with you, and whether or not we should be expecting a trailer anytime soon. Only 2 days left if you'd like to enter in the giveaway for this Spider-Man collectible. It is a super awesome piece, and the Cosmic Wonder and myself are doing a giveaway on both our channels. All you need to do to enter is subscribe to this one and subscribe to his. Make sure you're commenting in the videos because that is where we will be finding the winner. We'll be picking a winner and announcing it in the next 2 days, so good luck to you. Now, exact details are a little scarce as to what is happening over at Disney and Sony's headquarters with the ideas of what's happening with this trailer. Why it was seemingly going to be released and then all of a sudden got pushed back and Morbius was released instead. The reason behind this seems to be that Sony wants to show the 3 Spider-Men in the Spider-Man No Way Home trailer. One, just blowing up the internet with this trailer, hyping up a ton of fans, both us, the people here in the YouTube community, looking up every single detail of the movie before we can, and the other half of the fan base who might be a little bit more in the dark about what is actually happening in this Spider-Man film. And I'm sure everybody has heard rumors of some sorts, whether or not we'd be getting multiple Spider-Man or different villains, but for a lot of people who aren't checking up every single day on Twitter, Reddit, YouTube, and more, they might not actually have an idea that all 3 Spider-Men are going to be in this film. And although none of us have official confirmations, we are all very, very certain that this worst-kept secret in Hollywood remains to be true. So Sony's idea of putting all 3 Spider-Men in the trailer has a lot of merit and good idea, because the reality of it is, there are those who don't know, and that excitement will grow even more. And obviously Sony desperately wants this movie to be the biggest movie of all time, and they're really putting all of their weapons and arsenal into it to make that happen, including several different villains from several different franchises, and 3 Spider-Men. The reports coming from Disney's side of it are Disney doesn't want to include the 3 Spider-Man, and some reports even go as far and specific to say Kevin Feige doesn't want the 3 Spider-Men to appear in the Spider-Man No Way Home trailer. Now, my guess is as good as yours as to why, because as where with Sony, it makes marketing sense to show these 3 Spider-Man and to really get people to want to prepay for tickets, get into the theaters, watch it several different times, be excited to buy merch, Funko Pop shirts, have it all because this is just a huge movie. I think I do understand where Feige and Disney are coming from. They create movies for an experience. The entire Infinity Saga was a moving cinematic experience, one which we might not get again to the same magnitude in a very long time. Even if Spider-Man No Way Home beats Endgame's record of money in the box office, the cinematic experience will not be beaten. And I personally just think that everything that Endgame culminated up to throughout the 10 plus years, from Iron Man in a cave creating a suit to save his life, all the way to that infamous I am Iron Man snap to save the universe, there was so much story there, it just can't be given to us in one movie from this Spider-Man franchise. But that doesn't mean that the movie cannot overall have such hype and awesomeness that people aren't going to go and watch it over and over and over again, and it will be a movie we're talking about for years to come. This moment that we're in, waiting for a trailer, will be talked about for years and years to come. The marketing strategy on this movie has been very interesting, but it appears some of it is butting heads. Now, what Feige and Disney are doing, to my understanding and from my perspective, is trying to create that similar experience. Imagine going into Spider-Man No Way Home not knowing for sure that there are 3 Spider-Man, and then all of a sudden, there they are. And I have to say, Feige knows a thing or two about creating these cinematic experiences, creating moments that you will never forget in your entire life. The I am Iron Man snap moments. He is the king of creating these moments, and maybe he has a point. Leave a little bit to the imagination, even if this is the world's worst kept secret. If everybody on the planet knows for surety that there are 3 Spider-Man in the film, but Sony and Disney never confirm it, you'll be going into that theater wondering, are they there? And that will create a moment of anxiety and release of excitement like none other. And I do have to agree with that from Kevin Feige. I wouldn't mind getting 0 more information about this movie officially, because that cinematic expression that comes from not knowing, being worried and anxious, well, that's very, very exciting. And it's a moment you'll never forget. Now, if Sony reveals in this big, huge cinematic trailer that everybody's waiting for because they're worried about numbers and selling tickets, that those Spider-Men are there, I'll still enjoy the movie and I'll still enjoy seeing them on screen together. But the creation of this cinematic moment, a lifetime moment that you only get a couple of times in your entire life, would better be created, installed, and protected by not showing the 3 Spider-Men. Ultimately, I don't know how much say Disney really does have, because this is a Sony film, and although Kevin Feige seems to be a pretty powerful and capable individual, I would imagine the final say will lie with Sony. Now, my understanding from all of the reports we've gotten and the rumors we're hearing is the trailer was delayed because of this disagreement, so there definitely is some discussion as to whether or not they're going to include the 3 Spider-Man or not. However, I do wonder, would you guys like to see the 3 Spider-Men in the trailer to put all the rumors to bed and to rest so you know whether or not they're coming? Or do you want this madness to continue for another month and a half, 2 months, while we wait for Spider-Man No Way Home to finally release in theaters? If you go into the movie not knowing, the movie could be enhanced by the inclusion of these characters. However, the anxiety of waiting to find out if it's actually true could overtake all of us. Let me know what you guys are thinking in the comments section down below. Love to interact with you guys and love to hear from you guys. We've been having a lot of fun with Spider-Man No Way Home, so remember, it is a movie, and we are all having a good time. The movie will release eventually. So even if they decide not to give us a trailer because they can't get over their disagreement, we will get the movie and we will all celebrate together when those big cinematic moments come. Thank you guys so much for watching. Consider subscribing to the channel. Check me out on Twitter, TikTok, Instagram, wherever. Links are in the description down below. And I'll see you all in the next one right here on Cosmic Culture.